Limiting beliefs may be one of the biggest things holding you back. Unfortunately, I think they're also one of the most misunderstood things out there, and I'm going to teach you and share a little bit about what I've learned with those things in this quick video. Hey guys, I'm Kalen Compass. I'm an author. I'm a coach. I've gone through all the work to completely transform and change my life. So I want to share that here on YouTube, share what's worked for me, break through a lot of the myths, a lot of the misconceptions, and help you get the breakthrough that you're after as well. Limiting beliefs. What are they? We hear people talk about them all day long. I don't think half the people even know what they are. First of all, let's go about what's a belief. Well, a belief is that which you feel certain over. So let's think about this, because I say that which you feel certain over, right? Like you feel certain that you can open a door. You feel certain that the sun will set and the sun will rise, right? You feel certain that the earth is flat, right? So there are people out there that believe that the earth is flat. Whether it is or isn't doesn't really matter. They believe it to be true. They feel certain that it's true. So beliefs don't confer actual accuracy. What they are is directionally accurate for whoever believes them. So the first thing that you need to understand is that a lot of the beliefs that we're carrying around are in fact perhaps inaccurate. They are in fact maybe not complete. And we hold these beliefs to be true even if they may not be. So that's the first thing to realize. Beliefs can change. And we have beliefs that we hold on to very strongly. And we have other beliefs that we hold more loosely. What I would encourage you to do is to hold your beliefs a little bit more loosely. And the reason that I say that is specifically because if you're wanting to break down limiting beliefs, then you have to be willing to question those things. And to question those things is to actually question your entire identity a lot of times, which is one of the biggest reasons that prevents people from changing. Sorry guys, apparently I can't speak today. But one of the biggest reasons that people don't change is because questioning their beliefs about how the world works questions their entire identity. Should they have stayed in that relationship for the past 20 years? Should they be in that job? Well, if they change their beliefs about it, then that may mean they just wasted the last 20 years of their life, depending on the story that somebody wants to tell themselves. So beliefs can be really hard to break, and most people want to hold these things really close to their chest, and they can't actually have the humility to say, you know what, maybe these beliefs aren't entirely correct. Maybe they're not entirely as I would have or as I would see the world. So learning to hold your beliefs loosely can open you to the idea that maybe there's more out there. Maybe there's more that you can learn. And this really is true if you think about it. Think about something that you were absolutely certain over. And I would wager that you defended this position sometimes for a year, 2 years, 5 years, however long, and then overnight, something hit you that was so profound and you realized, you know what, I was wrong. I didn't have it. And then you change your belief and you're like, now I'm right. Now I'm onto the right thing. And everybody wants to be right. That's something that one of my mentors, Michael Kerrigan, taught me. Make people right and you'll be astounded at how much they like you, because so many people are used to being told that they're wrong. So many people are, sorry, I'm trying to let this car pass here, guys. So many people are made wrong all the time. And if you can just make people right, well, they'll build an affinity for you really quickly. And I'm not talking about making people right by lying to them. Just find things that are right in the situation and that are truthful. Always be truthful. Always be ethical. Don't do anything, don't lie, don't misdirect, don't do those things. But going back to beliefs, beliefs are so powerful because they control your life. Beliefs usually dictate the emotions that you feel. They usually dictate the things that you think, how you process information. There's so much information out there. all of us are having to generalize. We can only process 7 plus or minus 2 things at any given time. So we make these generalizations based off of the beliefs that we've built throughout our entire life. And so those beliefs then dictate the decisions that we make, and those decisions that we make then dictate the actions that we take, which then dictate the results that we get. And the results oftentimes reinforce the underlying belief. And that's why limiting beliefs can be so pernicious and hard to break. First of all, a lot of people don't understand what the belief is in the first place. And then secondly, they don't understand how to get out of that, shall we call it, psycho-cybernetic loop. Great book by Maxwell Maltz, I think. Psycho-Cybernetics is the book, and it's a psycho-cybernetic loop. And so these limiting beliefs continually control our life. Money is hard to make. There's never enough money. Money doesn't grow on trees. There's all of these sayings that we're born with. I am unworthy. And these become deep-seated beliefs that ultimately control our lives. So I have this theory about beliefs I'll share with you. I've never heard it anywhere else, is that if you look at beliefs and you think of these things as little unidimensional, one-purpose creatures that are within you, and you have a multitude of these things existing within you. And maybe you have the belief that you're unworthy. And all this belief wants to do is to be true. And how does it know when it's true? And guys, just track with me here because this is going to get a little deep. How does it know when it's going to be true? Well, your beliefs aren't based off of intellectual, higher level thinking. They only know when they're true based off of the emotions that you experience. And so if you experience unworthiness, maybe you sabotage your life, you sabotage your relationship, you sabotage your job, and then your mind says, poof, see, told you, you're unworthy. You feel unworthy, and that belief says, yes, I knew it. I knew it was true. I am true. I am validated. I am a worthy belief in the fact stating that you're unworthy. Dude, it's kind of a mind fuck, right? And we have a multitude of these beliefs in our mind at any given time. And ultimately, all they're trying to do is to prove themselves true. Now, here's the thing. We don't always pull off of our limiting beliefs. A lot of the beliefs that we operate off of are based off of our state. And our state is just the way that we show up at any given moment. And a lot of that is based off of our physiology and the mood that we're in, the attitude that we have, attitude being in flight, positive or negative, up or down, that's attitude. And so you can probably think back to a time when you had a great attitude and you made decisions based off of that state that you were in that would be different than if you were in, say, a negative state or a disempowering state. And so the state determines the beliefs that are most prominent that you're operating from. And if you want to go deeper on this, I cover it in my book more in depth because it's a long conversation. But guys, limiting beliefs are one of the things that are holding you back. And we can call them limiting beliefs, but really they're just beliefs. And some beliefs empower you and some beliefs disempower you. Some beliefs expand and some beliefs would limit you in relationship to the goal that you're trying to achieve. And at some point, those limiting beliefs probably helped you. Most beliefs get formed at some point in childhood, early adolescence, where they have a positive purpose. Maybe they're saving you from some sort of pain. Maybe they're helping you adapt to a world where you're still so new in. And that's part of the process of peeling those things back. Because we can call them limiting beliefs, but truthfully, they're just beliefs that you integrated into yourself at some point that probably served a purpose, and now they're serving the purpose of holding you back in relationship to the goal that you're going after. And until you get control of those beliefs, until you get control of the state that you're operating from, they'll continually hold you back. This is why people do really well in business and then they sabotage. They do really well in a relationship and then they sabotage. Things start going really well in their life and then they have this belief, this is too good. I'm not worthy of this. I'm not good enough. I can't handle this. And so what do? They revert back. Your beliefs are almost like a thermostat in your mind. in your unconscious, guys. And until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That was a Carl Jung quote, famous psychologist, but it's so true. So we've established what beliefs are. We've established the idea of limiting beliefs. So here's the next question. How do you go about breaking these things? Well, it's a lot of work, or it can be. One of the best ways to change limiting beliefs is first to change your state, to get in a really powerful state. And then from that state, you can say, hey, I understand. And you can find all this new evidence that you have this belief maybe of I'm unworthy or money is hard to make or whatever. But you can find all this evidence out there. I mean, just go take a drive around. Dude, there's cars everywhere. There's money everywhere. There's buildings everywhere. There's land everywhere. There's so much of this stuff. And so you can just find new evidence that the beliefs that you're holding, maybe they were accurate for your former self. Money is hard to make. There is barely any money out there. But if you go and you look around with a new lens, when you alter your state, you alter the emotions that you're operating from, and you start seeing life through a different lens. That's part of changing how you're operating. You start seeing new things when you're open to new possibilities. And it's that opening of new possibilities that allows you to realize that your former beliefs weren't actually accurate. And this goes back to why I say you have to hold those beliefs with a degree of skepticism. Because if you don't, they'll continually hold you back. They'll continually just hold you where you're at, and you'll continually be frustrated. So, there's a great quote that it's better to admit that you walked through the wrong door than to spend your life in the wrong room. And this is what so many people do. So many people stay stuck with where they're at because they can't hold those beliefs with skepticism. And one of the ways that I've done it is I just sit down at a table, man. Sit down at a table with a journal, and I just say, hey, I see you belief. I see you unworthiness. I see you money's hard to make. I see you that relationships are all of these litany of things. And I say, man, thank you. Thank you for helping me get through the times that I had and when I needed you. But you're no longer needed. And then I just back that up over time. Because it's not a one-stop shop, guys. Now, you can make it more of a one-stop shop. The greater emotion that you have, the greater state, more empowered state that you have, you can blast through those things. That's why events are so powerful. You can get yourself in this heightened state and bam, create a new belief. And you've probably seen that before in life, where all of a sudden you get in a bad accident, somebody close to you dies, something momentous happens, and all your beliefs are rewired. That's what can happen by getting yourself in that peak state. That's why they're so powerful. That's why events are so powerful. So I really encourage you to look into how you can get to those. But if you don't have access to those things, if you can't go spend the money to go to a several $1,000 event, or you can't find a way to get yourself in that state, hold those beliefs with skepticism. Sit down, deal with them, write them out, do the work. But it's better to act your way into a new way of thinking. And this is just continually your internal communication, day in and day out. If you have certain beliefs about money, start paying attention to money. If you have beliefs about relationships, start paying attention to the relationships that you most desire. Dude, they're all out there. There's so many people that have love, that have happiness, that have joy, that have abundance in their lives. It doesn't have to be something that just because you grew up without those things or you've internalized how it has to be, it doesn't have to stay that way. You can change. Change is possible. We are built to evolve, literally, as humans. Like, that is our superpower, and it can be your superpower too. So, guys, hope this helps. Apparently, I can't talk today. Hope this cleared up some ideas about limiting beliefs that you've had, and I hope it gives you some clarity to go forward, crush those beliefs, and go to the next level. Be great, everyone.